Hello everybody. That was a bit Harry Enfield. Anyway, it's time to bring this into service. Today, I have sourced some sheets of 1.5mm 304 or 316, can't remember, stainless steel, which I'm going to cut down somehow to go on here. I thought about that laminate stuff, can't remember what it's called now, doesn't matter because we're not using it, but I'm going to go stainless steel. It'll look nicer, it'll be, yeah, anyway, you know all that. So that's happening next week. What I need to do this week is calibrate the volumes in here. Now, as you might know, there are markings. It's typical, isn't it? There are markings inside, but I don't know really whether that's much use to me. So I've put these sight glasses in, and you'll notice these little floaty balls to tell me where the water level is. Very easy to spot. Question would be, obviously, floaty ball, why doesn't it fall out into, in this case, the HLT? And it's probably easier to show you on the copper. It's because we have got these isolation valves in here. So just turn it so it still allows water in and out, but it's not open enough for your balls to drop. So the last thing we want is for our balls to drop. So what I'm going to do is measure this in 10 litre. So this is about 200 litres, so I'll be about 20 marks. It will give, it's an indication. It is not exact, doesn't need to be exact. I could just do it on inside, but I don't know how accurate those are inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to weigh on here to 10 kilos. So that will give me where 10 litres is. It should be somewhere around here, but it might not be, because these buckets are equally as inaccurate. So I will know pretty much. I think the scales are probably more accurate than the bucket. I will know when we get up to 10 kilos that we will have 10 litres in there, and then when that is at that level, I will get this file and I will just file a tiny little notch. Now this is 15mm outside diameter, but the inside diameter, I don't know if you can see there, this is 3mm wall thickness, so that's only 9mm. That's why I couldn't use pipe stiffeners in them. Standard pipe stiffener is too big to go in here, but I think this would be thick enough. The reason I wanted to do that because I wanted something slightly stronger. So I will put a little notch in there and then put a red mark over it. And so coming up here, I probably won't have 20, I'll probably have about 16, 17. And that will give me an indication then of the volume as this comes down. Now also taking up some of that volume is the Herms coil. Sorry, did I steam the, I might have steamed the camera up a little bit. I'm warming up some water just to clean some kegs and give this floor a really, really good nuking, because it's bleeding filthy. So that's what we'll be doing this afternoon. Last of the corny kegs being washted out, and then we'll get on with doing the calibration on these. Now, if you remember, many videos ago, I mentioned about this sight glass in here, and I said I didn't know how useful or not it might be, and someone said they got the same mash tun and it was useful, so I'm keeping it. Yeah, I do like that false bottom, perforated bottom. That's why I bought it really, and it's Blickman, which is a good make. So I can't remember who it was, so whoever you were who said that it's worth keeping, thank you, take your advice. I'm still pretty new to this lark, as most people will know, even though I've been doing it I can't remember, 6 years. I really started this channel just to give someone who was sat at home bored watching daytime TV because of COVID something different to watch, and look where it's gone now. I always feel I should offer apologies, but yeah, when that corny is finished, I will get on with getting on with weighing water and measuring. Shut up, Bailey. Now the obvious question is, why didn't I just measure the distance between the markings? Well, I wanted to fill them up with water to see if there was any leaks. Whenever cutting or drilling or making holes in these tanks, I'm always really worried that I might not have sealed it properly. The last thing I want is a leak. So on the kit that we made over at Chris's, I've just marked with like this, and then used just a permanent magic marker, which is alright, but I thought I'd get a bit flash on this one. So I've still, as you saw from the time lapse, I've still etched it with the or you know, scratched it with the file, but I've also put this stuff on just to give a quick reference, and it's this, designed for whiteboards, etc., for marking out lines of days of week and crap like that. £2.50 from Amazon, ordered last night, arrived whatever time it is, about about an hour ago, just after 10 I think it arrived. And it's taken me probably the best part of that hour to put it on here because my fingers are crap. But anyway, it's done now. Might get Charlotte to do that one. It's just it's not right good when you got fingers like this, folks. All done, finished. We have indications indicated. Right, I just had a look in here and I noticed a couple of little bits of rusty pitting, so I'm going to get some wire wool on the bottom. Now it's stainless steel. People say stainless steel doesn't rust, but it does corrode if it's scratched. It needs repassivating. I did know that. I've been trying for 2 weeks to order some nitric acid from a certain supplier anyway, I've kind of given up, so I'm going to use phosphoric acid, which I have got kicking around. It's not ideal, but it will do the job until I can get some NIPAC in there to properly passivate it. So give it a scrub, put some nitric acid in. I'm going to bring it just above the elements, that will give the element a clean as well, and then drain it all off, neutralize it, drain it all off, and we will be ready. And this is after a soaking in phosphoric acid. Look at how nicely those elements have come up. Some might remember watching Andy's video when he first got his brew kit and his elements really caked up, and I suggested using an acid to clean them. And the reason for that is if you use caustic, the caking that you get, the calcification on the elements is is alkaline. So adding alkaline to get rid of it won't work. We're adding acid to get rid of alkaline, as you can see, works. So what do I do afterwards, after I've put all this acid in here? Well, you can't just chuck it down, well, you could just chuck it down the drain, but it makes sense to neutralise it. So as it's an acid, you neutralise it with alkaline, so in this case caustic soda, and it's down to 6.8, and this is temperature compensated, so it's 32 degrees in there because it's been in the sun all morning. 68, and I warmed it up last night, so 6.8, sorry, not 68. 6.8. Now let's try it in tap water, and 7.5 for, it takes a little while to come down. 7.3, 2. It's going to be like watching paint dry, this, isn't it? Let's give it another little whisk around. 7.6. It's a bit high for our tap water. Our tap water's usually around 6.87, 7.5, 7.4. Anyway, you get the idea. 3, 2. If I come back in a minute or two, there's not going to be that much difference between the two. So that neutralises it. It's no longer acid or alkaline. It's going back into the system about the same pH that it came out, which is good. It's bloody noisy here today, and it leaves it all nice and clean and shiny, which is what we want. Just look how shiny it's left those, look. Beautiful. So next we give it a rinse, then let it air dry, and that is it. Oh. After giving that a good clean out, I've decided I'm going to drill another hole in it. I don't like the thermo well being just above here. Now, all my other kits, the thermo well is here, but that's, I don't know, a bit too close to the elements. So really what would happen is you'd get some stratification just around there. It doesn't really matter in the copper, I suppose, so I might pop one in the back. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to pop one in the back. It also keeps the lead snug and away. And where have I put it? It's here. This is one that I took out of the original Brew Kit. I don't know if you can see, I put a thread in there, sort of, that this, if we can focus on that please, it will be lovely. All right, there you go. Just about catches to hold it in, whereas the one that's in there was just another one I had kicking around. Is it? No, it's not threaded. So I'm going to take that out, put that one in, and then just put a little blanking here just to blank that off. Don't know whether to put it that way or that way. Probably put the smooth bit on the inside, easier to clean. Right, why didn't I think to do this before I gave it a good clean? Oh well, fuck it. What I like about these is that you pop it through from that side, pop the nut on, and you can hold this in place with a screwdriver whilst tightening the nut. But I can't remember where I got these from, and if anybody knows what they're called, please do let me know. 1/2 inch BSP blanking plate, 21mm blank. Someone please Put me out of my misery in the comments. Tell me what these are called. Even better, where I can get some. That wasn't fun. I've put it ever so slightly offset to the side here because that's where that goes down to where the CP is. So, yep, and give it a reasonable clean, but paranoid as always. I'm gonna have to give it another good old going over inside look. I don't know what that was, but I don't like it. So make sure there's no swarf and no little black bits of molly slip. This is molly slip. It's a metal cutting compound. Saves using grease. So otherwise the drill bits overheat. Talking of which, I'm gonna have to get some new drill bits at some point. Right. I thought while I'm at it, fucking mess. It'll clean up. I thought while I've got all the drills and everything out, I'll put a tri-clamp fitting in here. Now, I thought it was the right size hole. It's not. I think it's 41. I've put it away now. 41mm. Actually, I haven't put it away, have I? It's over here. Qmax 48mm. Now that's weird. It's too big. That hole's too big. Yeah, I'm sure it's the same one I used on here. No, not on here. What I'm talking about. On these. Strange. Because these are the right size. I'm not sure about that. Weird. Okay, well we're nearly done. Oh, that answers that question then, doesn't it? Tucked away in the back. Qmax 40mm. That's the one I should have used. It's a good job because I was going to punch a hole for tri-clamp fitting in that tank that I got from Tay at Tay Brewing via Andy. Fucking glad I didn't. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, it's in the lid. So it's not gonna cause too many issues, but still a fucking pain in the arse. My excuse will be obviously insanity, because we've got summer arrived today and Marley and I have been enjoying it. Anyway, yeah, could have been worse. Right. Good. That'll be right. Story of this is a Land Rover hubnut and 1 1/4 Whitworth. As I was struggling with a great big adjustable spanner, and Andy said, "Oh, you need this such and such," so he ordered one and sent it to me. What a dear. That's it here. And I looked at it and I thought, hang on, I recognise that hubnut spanner, and I found this in the toolbox. Oh, fucking hell. I think I must be getting senile in my old age. I don't usually joke about stuff like that, but do you know, it wouldn't surprise me. Oh well, after having buggered around with this and put the thermo well in the back, I thought I'm gonna have to test it again, aren't I? Just to make sure that battering it around a little bit hasn't caused any more leaks. And pleased to say, I think we're all right. So I'm going to call all of these little bits done now. If you would like to follow the progress of this, especially when ooh, we get to using the new 1-barrel unitank, the 2 1-barrel fermenters, the 2 1-barrel bright tanks, and our repaired or regassed SS Brew Kit glycol chiller, and the backup of the I think this is Kegland, yeah, it's Kegland, so on here, look, glycol chiller. Then if you haven't already done so, it would be great if you click the subscribe button, and if you tick the little bell thing, it will tell you when I've posted more rubbish like this. So until next time, whatever you're doing, you do it safely. Take care of yourself and those you care about. And I'll be back with more very, very soon. Cheers.